Anyway, there we go. We're live.
Woo!
Say hi, everybody. We're back.
Hi!
Yo.
Perfect.
Hey.
You may notice we got a
Perfect.
little more art on screen now. We have character portraits of each of our characters. How about that? And artist credits to that are in the about section of
Yes,
whatever
thank you,
the Twitch
Michaela.
layout is. Okay, again, as for last week, we're going to start with everyone just going off their character in like a sentence if they want. Ashley.
Okay, so I'm going to play Electra, who is a very good-hearted cleric right now. And she is always happy to be wherever she is and excited and loving. But I'm ready for her to be traumatized. Yeah. Let's go.
Winter.
I'm going to be playing Piri, a fire fire genasi, and she's grumpy and doesn't like anyone here so far other than the companions she accompanies with.
Oh! Okay. For a second, I was like,
okay.
oh.
I know, I was like,
And Kayla.
Hi, I'm Kayla, and I'm playing Alexandria, the Dompier, who everyone thinks is just a normal elf, but is very much not a normal elf, who is trying her best to run away from the past and figure out whatever the heck is going on.
Well, how about that? I think she's doing a pretty good job of that so far. In fact, she's probably the furthest from her
Thanks.
past she could get. Or so she thinks.
Oh,
Right.
God. Oh.
Well, if you recall where we left off, we were just about to set out on a little scouting venture out into the open sands where the party hasn't spent too much time at all, really. They stepped outside, found Guppy, and then were escorted over to Siege Athair, where they've sort of been hunkered down and actually spent some time helping out a little bit around the place, potentially garnering a small amount of favor for the people they helped. Certainly the arrival of outsiders is an occurrence, and everyone that is there knows that you are there. To sort of garner some favor, to prove yourselves, for whatever reason you decided to participate, even if that is for covering your water debt, as they call it. You've decided to participate in this scouting venture. This one that you decided to go is heading east, is led by Nazim, and there was another hunting party you decided to opt out of, who was also doing a similar thing, which was scouting west. So we pick up right back in the hunter's room, where everything has been discussed, sort of settled. We know who's going where now. So Nazim, the hunter who, again, tan skin, bald head except for the long braided ponytail that goes about to his like mid shoulders, turns to you all and says, okay, well, it has been decided you will be going with me. I believe Banya will be coming with me, and he looks around, and I believe our third is a little late, so hopefully he will be showing up in a minute or two. I suggest all of you to make any preparations you need to before we go. It should be about a 5-hour trip to sort of the canyon's end into open desert, and then the way back. So about 2 hours there, 2 hours back. We're heading out during sunset, so the heat isn't as bad, and hopefully we'll be getting back just about as the chill is sort of cement into the night, because obviously we want to avoid the desert cold. So decide what you want to bring, and avoid anything excess. I don't think there's any need to bring camping equipment or anything of the like if you carry that. Traveling light is a good idea in the desert. bring some water. That common sense, yeah.
How do we know our stuff won't be taken?
Well, if it was taken, I believe you would know where it would be. Yes, it would be here. So,
I mean, if it was taken from here,
by who?
anyone.
I do not think anyone would do this.
Good to know.
No.
Nice.
Cool. All right. Electra's just sizing them up. Just kidding.
I realize I don't have any melee weapons.
You don't have any melee weapons?
I meant ranged. I have no ranged weapons.
Like, you're a fighter, Winter. That doesn't... Do you leave them
I have
behind?
no melee weapons. Yeah, I left them behind. I just used my psychic powers.
There you go. Okay.
Anything's a ranged weapon if you throw it.
Yeah.
There you go.
Same.
Zim says, okay. Well, we're going to head out now, right? We all ready?
Yeah.
Okay.
I reckon,
Um,
yeah.
Alexandria just nods, staring
I am-
Nazim down.
Okay, you're staring at me in a way that is not pleasant. I don't... Okay. I am Huntmaster for this. Okay, you're laughing at me now. I say nothing
Oh,
funny.
now, I just, it's a funny
She
situation.
look at me. It is not a nice gaze. It seems almost aggressive. I am in charge here now, so you listen to me when we do this
Yes.
thing, okay? Okay. See, look at this. Look at this one right here. This blonde woman. See how she say yes when I say I am in charge? You be more like her. Yes, this is good.
Electra's gonna look at Alexandria, and when you look at someone in class when the teacher scolds you, and you just kind of are holding in a laugh. She's just looking, and she's like,
Give me a deception check.
Alexandria. Oh god.
okay, I kind of hope I fail. Let's see. Oh yeah, that's a 5.
But okay, you are now also doing this thing. I don't know where you're from. Maybe you'll come from a place that is fun time all the time. Yeah, where it's nice out, sun not dehydrate you, and you die in desert. Just normal
Oh,
day
that's
of week.
exactly where I'm from.
Okay, then I don't understand what's with the levity. I'm okay. Okay, let's do this, Hunt. Before you're here to help. That's good enough for me. Just don't get in the way. Do what I say. You don't die tonight, perhaps. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Electra's gonna look at Piri and be like, "Are you? Maybe you should take point, just because I just can't handle myself right now." And she's stifling laughs as she's going.
I'm glad you're so amused by this. Sure.
Nice
Yeah.
one. She seems to carry herself with the dignity of a bit of a warrior. Yeah. Maybe I was wrong. You two be more like this one with red hair. Pale elf. You okay with this? You ready to go now? You got it out of system, yeah? Okay, you say nothing. I take this as good sign you understand your place now. Let's go.
Oh god.
This is Ashley laughing. Oh my god.
Can Alexandria go and just walk a half a step behind Nazim?
Sure. Yeah.
Stepping on the edge of his shoes.
Yeah, but Alexandria's gonna do it in a way where it's she's actually serious and is just falling in line like a soldier style, but also annoy him. It's a mix of that I know how to follow orders and I know how to move and do this, but also I want to piss you off a little bit. It's
You get
Love it.
you get to the entrance, he stops, he turns around, he says, okay, you're a little too close. You just need to we're not doing this. Just stay back a bit. What?
Poor Nazim. Oh my god, he's a good person, but we're just so mean.
Outside in the desert, there is so much space. There literally is a desert. So much room. In here, I get it. It's cave. It's not that big. Walls thin. It's cramped a little bit. Maybe you're not used to this. You hover around people. outside, so much space. Just spread out.
You
Just
know,
give me some room.
when you're annoyed, you talk a lot, and I find that amusing.
Okay, I don't know what to take. I don't know what that means. That
Electra literally slams her hand across her throat.
Hey,
okay.
almighty leader of this group, are you gonna go lead us, or are we just gonna
I'm
stand
going
here
to lead
and
you now.
talk about
One
personal
moment,
space?
please. He turns around, looks out in the desert, sort of like composes himself. One of this new hunter. I don't know if you caught his name yet. I don't know if
No,
he
we don't
introduced
know
you.
his name.
Cool.
We have just been pissing off Nazim.
Yeah, we
so.
were just like, oh.
This new one walks up behind Nazim, puts a hand on his shoulder, and whispers something in his ear, then steps back. And Nazim says, "Okay, let's go. Let's get back before it gets too cold, okay?" And if there's nothing else you want to do, we can set off.
Yes. Set
Okay.
off.
Yeah.
So we set off. You step out into the open sand yet again. The residual heat still lingers from the day as a red sun sinks below the horizon, casting this warm glow over this whole desert. The winds swirl about, some sand blows. Nazim looks to the east and begins trudging. You all follow. It's a little tricky walking through these dunes. It's not like you don't have footing, but it is sand, so you're sliding at times, you're climbing at others, just going up and down through these sand dunes. First hour goes by, nothing really catches your note. You don't hear anything, you don't see anything. Throughout this entire first hour, Nazim, Panya, and this third person have not said a single thing. Their eyes are straight ahead.
Oh.
They just walk in silence.
I probably would have tried to talk to this third guy, to be honest.
Sure, they could have just been not talking until you said anything, so.
Oh, perfect. Hi!
Hello.
I'm Electra.
Good.
Groot?
Good.
Groot. Got it.
Good.
G-
Good?
Good.
Good.
Good. Great.
I am saying my name to you.
Great.
My name is Good.
Good.
You've said my name.
Good. Got it. Good.
Are you sick?
Sorry. You know, this heat's kind of getting to me. Not gonna lie. It's a lot hotter than it is on Arcadia.
He looks around. You can't handle heat of setting sun. You not live long in this desert.
Okay, listen.
And okay.
That must be his last name.
She's like sitting there and she's like opening her mouth as if she was gonna ask another question, but then she goes, "All right, Panya, how long have you been working with snakes?"
With the snakes, I have it's not really my, job. It's just we take turn doing different things around the siege. But most of us learn how to do menial tasks like handle snake from 4 or 5 years old, maybe younger if apt enough.
Wow, I could not do that. I'm sorry. Got a thing. So I commend you for it.
I take your commendation in stride.
Good. Well, I feel like we're bonding. We really are.
I am not currently in a position to bond. I have husband already. So
Oh, right. Listen, I totally not here to like step on anything like that. I just think maybe we could be good co-workers.
I don't understand what you mean by this.
She means to be your friend.
Yeah.
Well, we see, yeah. Maybe you do more good job. More help with anti-venom like earlier. You make yourself useful. We'll be fine.
Usually friendships aren't really transactional. They're kind of more just nice.
I suppose this is true. You plan on staying in Siege?
It's kind of a tough question to answer, to be honest.
Well, I'm not sure
You got a lovely home.
It is the home I raised in.
Lovely.
You say this strange way.
Nope.
Okay.
This is painful. Alexandria is gonna say it, and I want her to go step up by Nazim.
Okay. Are you doing this in a way that he knows you're coming?
Well, yeah, but not in like a mean way this time. Like
Okay.
it's like actually like genuine. Like I have a question.
All right.
Like
He doesn't
kinda,
say
like,
anything
walk
as you step up
more
behind him.
respectfully, and I just kind of step up and say, "Is there anything we should know about what we might face, or what we should look out for, or the type of creatures we may come across?"
He stops, he crosses his arms, he looks up at the darkening sky, looks down, looks back to you. What you can expect? Well, hopefully nothing. That is best case scenario. On way back, we look, check caves along the canyon wall. In the south, we see if any hyena out to hunt at night. Perhaps we have successful hunt, bring back some food. We're pretty far away from any lions. If very unlucky, it's possible scorpion we run into. My advice then would I guess be to run for you. Obviously we stay fight. We know how to fight.
You think I would just run away in the middle of a fight? That is you.
I do not. You're not seen Scorpion yet. Maybe when you do, which hopefully I hope we do not, for our sake as well as your own, maybe understand more than why I say this. It's not out of disrespect for what you say you can do.
I have experience fighting creatures and monsters and people. So I am actually curious about what a scorpion may be.
Okay. Well, scorpion is scorpion. You see a scorpion before?
That's not descriptive. Like you say scorpion is scorpion. It's like saying a door is a door, but somebody has never seen a door before, so they have no frame of reference.
So you've not seen scorpion before, I see. Have you ever seen a spider?
Yes, we had huge spiders in Barovia, like bigger than your face.
Okay, that sounds like a sizable spider, I suppose. Imagine spider, but a bit longer. Legs.
Like vertically?
No, horizontally.
Okay.
Now imagine instead of just a pincher fang for biting, like spider have, scorpion also have a tail with sticky sort of piercing on end that stab into things.
Like a piercer or like a dagger. That's like
Yes, it's like dagger on tail. Usually, more often than not, poisonous. Small scorpion, more often than not, very poisonous, extremely dangerous. So that's problem in its own right. And that's just scorpions that, this big, maybe even this big, deadly poison. Scorpion, I talk about why we run, because those scorpion, you just step away, it's not issue. You ever see a camel? No. You see horse?
yes.
Okay. Imagine spider, if you will, but as I described, scorpion, but size of horse, and angry that you are anywhere near it and wants to eat you.
Why would a horse want to eat
Okay,
you?
but it's a scorpion. It's
Oh,
a scorpion in this metaphor.
wants to eat you. Okay, that makes sense.
Oh, forget to mention, scorpion also, you ever see crab?
I've seen a crab.
Yeah,
Crab
Perry's seen
is-
a crab.
Okay. Crab have pincher, claw, yeah? Scorpion also has this. Here, you know what a scorpion is. Electra, you also know what a scorpion is, but I guess you're a little too far away to like perhaps hear what's going on.
I'm trying
but
to make
Perry
friends
even
with
brought into this
Tanya.
conversation. So
Oh yeah, whoever's talking,
uh,
Perry just kind of slinks up,
Yeah.
casually
So-
walks up to listen.
if
Perry's so
you
funny.
if unfortunate enough that we encounter scorpion, three things you should know. One, we'll try to grab you. Two, we'll try to poison you. Three, if only one or two of these things are successful, either way, it'll try to drag you away and kill you in a safe place. If poison you, makes it a lot easier to drag you away. If not, it's pretty difficult to get out of claws. They're very big.
What kind of weapons work best against a scorpion? Like, she takes out probably her, like, fancy Barovian, or not fancy, but like, short bow. Or, like, and then, like, her, like, dagger. Daggers, like, range.
Anywhere you can land hit is with weapon like that. You'd have to make contact underneath the plates. It has chitinous plates.
So it has, like, armor that's harder to pierce.
It's armor
and then
that is
its
harder to pierce. That's why
weakness is more its underside, or is there any other
it's
areas?
certainly
Its eyes?
eyes, sure. In between plating is possible to pierce. This is one reason why we carry and he pulls out his sort of cudgel. Weapon like this, just crack armor. Had to hit pretty hard for that to work though.
Would it be possible to earn one of those? I forget the name of the weapon you're holding.
It's just a cudgel.
A cudgel. Would it be possible to earn one of those if we prove ourselves in hunts? Because that looks a lot more damaging than some of my Barovian weapons.
He looks at it. It looks at your like crossbow, or you have a bow or crossbow. You said.
Short bow.
The sound reaches you not too long after you've reached this opening, and all of you hear the sound of pitched combat not too far ahead, perhaps behind one of the dunes up ahead, a couple 100 feet. You can just hear the sounds of battle up ahead. You don't hear any... Cool, thank you, Mark. You don't hear any shouting, but you hear like what sounds like weapons clashing and like things thudding and like the martial sounds.
Ooh.
Sounds like a party.
Yeah, I'm gonna hold up my shield and my warhammer in my other hand and like look at Nazim.
Nazim looks pretty contemplative. He goes, we need to go look at this. There shouldn't be anyone out here.
Do you want one of us to like sneak ahead and try to scout it?
Thank you, Mark. Appreciate the help.
Better?
Yeah, it's all
Yay.
good. Appreciate it, Mark. Second hero of the day.
Love you.
Nazim looks at you, Alexander. He says, "Actually, that's what we were going to do. You just go look and see what's going on. If you want to come, come. If you don't think you could come without being seen, maybe stay behind me, come get you.
I
and if
was
you-
raised since a small age to sneak around places.
Okay,
I should be.
I'm gonna stay
I'd
here.
like to join you.
okay.
Yeah, I don't know what. Very snaky.
Okay. Give me a stealth roll, Alexandria.
Oh God. I just rolled a 19, so please. Okay, we got this. All right. Okay. Okay. Why am I scared? I'm scared. How do I angle this?
Is that a
Can
nat
you
20?
see that? Yes, it is!
Very nice.
+3, so that's a 23 nat 20. Oh my God.
You step over the first sand dune and you just glide down it as you slide, not even like silent. You just slip into the sand in the night and don't make a sound.
Take that, Nazim.
The 3 other hunters follow behind you. It's only about like 30 seconds roughly before you sneak up to the sand dune and peer over. You look over and you see that there is a full-on big battle happening here. It looks like you can give me another perception check if you want.
Oh God, I feel like this one's not going to be as good. That's a 9 +3, so that's another 12. Yeah.
Okay. You look down, you see, firstly, the people that you initially were like, okay, there's some people down there fighting some things. Then you give it like a double take. The people that you thought were people, all undead. It just looks like a big group of skeletons is currently fighting a smaller group of these tall insectoid humanoids. There's a few of them wielding like strange, like double-edged spears. You see a few of them are throwing like these large blade boomerangs at these skeletons. There's about 5 of them and about 10 skeletons. The skeletons have them surrounded, sort of advancing on them as a few farther away are peppering them with arrows, kind of closing them in, going for the kill on these insect people.
Okay.
Nazim looks out, thinks for a moment, and he turns back and begins walking towards the people they left behind. The other hunters do the same.
Okay, Alexandria follows, but Heka confused. What is going on? But silently slips after them.
Man, just slip back. Another 30 seconds pass. You climb over one of the dunes. You're back in front of Piri and Electra. Nazim says, "It's not really. No need. It's not really for us to."
Things, because the undead I've seen, but those insect.
There's undead? What?
Yeah, there's like 10 of them skeletons. Like,
Gross.
It's
what was going on?
It looks like best guess. Wind blew up sand blown out of the way. Perhaps battle fought once here long ago. Bodies never recovered. Sand brought them closer to the surface. Looks like Sakin perhaps comes through to hunt, look for food or travel. Walked across this battleground, disturbed dead, and now they fight. Is probably what happened.
Do they need help?
It's possible. They are
Well,
proficient
let's help.
fighters, but usually they keep to themselves. Rarely we have fought with them. Usually just keep away from each other.
So then, are we just going to leave and leave them there?
That's what we planned.
They were.
Did they look like they could handle it, or did it look like they were they could use some extra hands?
Well, so about 10 of the undead and about 5 of them. Odds are not in their favor.
Oh my god. Electra just starts off in the direction of the noise. This is go to help.
Goldilocks! Goldilocks! Wait!
What?
Alexandria just looks
What?
between.
She stops and flips it. What?
Let's think about this for a second. Take a centering breath, okay? I want you to take a deep breath. You can't fight every battle, okay?
This isn't our fight.
This is not our
help. But we can
Yeah,
help.
well now we're in a different place where things are a little bit different. You have to be adaptable. And we don't have to do this. We don't have time for this.
You can still hear the combat is fervently happening just a few sand dunes away.
Guys, they're gonna die.
Alexandria looks to Nazim and like the other hunters just to see what's going on with them.
They're sort of just all staying next to each other, looking at where Electra had sort of started to take off, and just looks at you guys. We you do what you want. We will not be far. You decide to go help. Find us to the south. We'll be at the wall, starting to look for caves.
What?
Not going.
I don't want to get
help them.
lost.
I can't get lost. South. The big wall. That's where we will be. The person who hasn't been talking, pipes
Gert?
up and said, Gert. Gert says, I stay, watch them. They try to fight, and if I take them back to where you two go. And Azim says, okay, there you have it. You want to go help the Queen? Be my guest.
Guys, it's the right thing to do.
Right and wrong are subjective.
I mean, they're not paying us, right?
Yeah, we're not going to get anything from it. And they were outnumbered, but they looked pretty fierce. They had good weapons. They looked like they knew what they were doing. Alexandria's going to try to reason.
Give me just a real quick history or intelligence check.
Okay. Me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Sorry, Dan, what did you say these people were called?
Thrycreen.
Oh, got it.
Wait, what did you want? Did you want history or...
History or intelligence, whatever you want to do.
Okay, well, they're the same. It's a 14.
Okay. You flash back to the image of the battle real quick as you looked over and remember, you think back. And you recall that out of the 5 Thrycreen, there were 2 that were armed. The other 3 were unarmed. Just fighting.
Yeah, she's still gonna...
hand.
Alexandria's still gonna lie. To Electra. Yeah, they looked like they had it. They were outnumbered, but they were all well armed. I don't think they need help. Yeah.
You hear Nazim chuckle a bit after you were talking about not getting paid. He goes, you're right. There's they don't really understand sort of a lot of customs that people have, such as payment for jobs and such. It's a rare thing, but on very rare occasion, ironically, and not to mention much to our disdain, because they have no regard for a lot of human culture and customs, they find themselves scavenging in a lot of tombs of the dead. A lot of things they find, if they can't use, eventually they'll discard them after perhaps they show their leader, or so they have a tendency sometimes to grab weapons that they can use, or the only reason I bring this up is because only one time, and because we had to take them back, they showed us after we, not me, someone else, one of our more bleeding heart arrows, you say, looks at Panya. Help the Strike Queen who bit off more than he could chew with some lion. Had a pouch full of rubies, emeralds. They don't understand monetary value. These things don't really mean anything to them, so they don't understand they have what to us would be treasure or something significant to the dead. So one of our hunters, he looks like he was about to say Panya again, brought back one day on one of her hunts a big pouch of gems that we had to find where they were from and put them back. So it's possible they have things from Tomb on them that, maybe would be good to recover, but again, that's not really something I'm going to gamble helping them fight the dead for,
Oh. This is really tough, guys.
I happen to think that it's not that tough of a decision. They seem like they had it handled. We have other things we need to do. I see no issue with stepping back and going on.
All right. Well, and she's gonna kind of sort of shift her weight as if
you hear the sounds
turning.
of battle have gotten quieter over the hill.
See, look.
All right. Okay. Well. Okay. And she's gonna take one more glance over in the direction, and then she's gonna lower her warhammer a bit and turn and start walking back towards.
You can give me a perception check if you'd like.
Oh, she's more just gazing.
Okay. Gotcha.
It's more like you look and you're okay, and then she leaves. She's not really looking. She's just dramatic.
Fully. Alexandria tries to make quick eye contact with Nazim of just being like, "You're not going to say anything. I'm not going to say anything."
He shrugs.
Because she just lied to Electra,
Yeah, I know. Electra doesn't know that.
And you begin to turn and walk to the south. As you do, you see Gert pipes up again. Shame. I was hoping to see you actually fight, but maybe you scared, huh?
Who does Gert say this to?
He says it to you because you were there with him when you looked over the edge.
Yeah.
You used a lot of talk on the way out here all time about I can handle myself in desert. I am warrior.
I am a warrior. I was raised to fight monsters
looks like you raised
that
to
would
hide.
scare you. Ooh, I
You were
was
very
raised
quiet.
to sneak, but hiding is very, very. A good warrior also knows when a fight is or isn't worth it. So don't speak to me of that I'm a coward when you know nothing about me, my life, or my training.
Yeah, you're right. I know nothing about you, your life, or your training. I see about 3 of you, 5 of them. Brings up to about 8 of you against a couple of bones. You think that's not the fight you can handle?
No, I think it is. But I think we have more important things to do tonight, and if there is going to be a battle, I don't want to waste arrows on some bones, as you say.
He scratches his head, looks out towards the battle, looks back to you. You don't want to waste arrows. This new excuse. I have not heard this one before. Okay. I see. Well, maybe we get lucky and see Scorpion after all, huh?
I would love that.
Yes, we see if we're lucky then, huh? Okay. You begin to walk away from the battlefield. And I'm just going to do a couple of rolls to determine how that went.
That's never a good thing.
That was a little scary right there.
Ah!
Okay. You begin heading south to the canyon wall. Takes about 30 minutes to get down there. And you see, that, there's plateaus and such. But right before you do reach the southern wall, you're sort of still in this open area where you can see out into the open desert. You catch a glimpse of sort of like the front profile of it, and the very top of this mountain-sized monument of white limestone. You just see this huge pyramid, the front half of it and the top of it peeking out over plateaus, and it's just a stark white that glows against the light of the moon at night. As you're walking south, you catch a glimpse of this pyramid.
Wow.
Yeah, Alexandria probably just gasps and is like, that's beautiful.
What is in there?
Do you refer to those as pyramids?
Yeah. What?
Nazim's crosses his arms, says, depends who you ask. Was pyramid important place? Many people would tell you there's door in pyramid between our world and afterlife that gods use travel between.
Oh!
Here we go.
Got it. Electra's gonna look at her two companions and be like, that is how we get out.
Stepping through a door meant for a god is how you think we're going to get out of here.
Are you talking audibly at this point?
She's kind of like she's definitely trying to. The intent is there, but she's too excited.
Gotcha. Nazim chimes in. Not sure why you'd want to go to afterlife before your time, but it's not a place you just walk into. That is a holy place. Priests oversees this holy place.
Yeah, we have a holy lady right here, but
I'm not sure if she fits criteria. Also, more talk, not sure if true, that there's actually one of Anktipat's children who resides in this place. So, important place is, you can imagine it is true, difficult place for any not supposed to be there to go inside. Let alone the fact that if it's true there is door there to afterlife, imagine it be important to keep under a bit of lock and key, huh?
So there's someone in there.
There's a fair amount of people in there. The priests, the potential that there is the child of Anktipat in there. Besides that, it's not really a place for common people. It's mostly just those jackal masked priests. People look out for things.
Well, I tend to get along with children of gods.
Okay, that's something for you to consider.
Maybe I'll come knock on it one day.
Maybe. Just don't be disappointed when you get turned away at door.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Alright, well, sounds good.
You ready to get back the hunt?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I suppose we should actually look for some beasts now. So, at this point, anyone that wants to try helping to track something, go ahead and give some survival rolls.
Sure. I'll try.
A
9.
15.
Okay. Here, are you trying to help at all with the tracking?
No.
Okay. And that was a 15 from Alexandria. Kayla?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Cool. So, Kayla, Alexandria actually does find some tracks. They do look to be canine nature.
Okay.
Mhm.
I may not know specifically, but I do recognize these tracks.
Yes, you do.
Alexander kind of like points to it, looks to Nazim and Bert. You're like, check that, and did something good.
Yeah, you see, Nazim was really the only one out of the other two had picked up on a trail himself too that sort of also led back to your trail. Goes, okay, hey, not a bad eye after all. Let's see if we can bring home some meat, yeah? Okay. Are you proceeding in any significant way to try to stalk your prey, or just following the path?
I wanna. Is it best? Do you think we should follow the path? Yeah.
You ask me
If there's
if we
anything.
should
Yeah.
follow the trail of the beast we're tracking.
Could Alexandria like follow the trail but sneak a little bit like ahead or separate from the group, quieter?
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. Nazim says, you want to try to take point on your hunt? Sure. Let's see what you can do.
Oh, now I'm stressed. Okay, go team.
Mhm.
I would like.
All right.
Yes, I would like to
You
try to do that.
split off from the group and head on ahead.
God. Oh, okay.
What you get there?
What am I rolling? Stealth? Yeah.
Yep.
Or
You're rolling stealth.
oh, bless up. Okay, 16 plus 3. That is a solid 19 for stealth.
Okay.
Nice.
You sneak up ahead, you know, about 5-6 minutes of following this trail. Everyone else is following behind, but about a minute or two behind you. So you're still in like eyesight. And you round the corner into a sort of clearing in this like upper canyon area, on like a little plateau, where it just sort of opens up in this like little pit. And sure enough, you see some hyenas that are making some work of a animal they have dragged back here that has been thoroughly chewed through enough to where you can't tell what it would have been.
Okay, so how many hyenas is there?
You see 5 hyenas. You see one hyena that steps out from a cave farther back, like maw just dripping with like fresh blood from a kill, walks over to the carcass the other ones are all yipping at, just knocks a few of them aside with its snout, and begins chomping on that one. This hyena is considerably larger than the other hyenas.
Sneak up and try to sneak attack
You certainly
hyena to get a shot before everybody shows up.
You certainly could. They're about About 300 feet away from you, everyone else. So it'd take them a little bit to get to you if you were detected.
Yeah, that would be a long time.
But you can certainly take a shot.
So is
and
it a
get things
good
kicked
idea
off.
or is it a bad idea? Could we move
Wait till we're
closer?
closer.
Yeah. I would like to
Wait
move
till we get
closer
there.
and then try to get that initial sneaky shot.
Okay.
If that makes any sense.
Yeah, you're not that far away. You're about 120 feet away from this sort of like pit where they all are. You do have a bit of high ground where you are, to where this sort of like path you were following dips down into this open up pit. So if you're waiting for everyone else to approach, how is everyone else approaching?
Probably just with the group, honestly. I don't.
Yeah, I'm not
Can
that
we
healthy.
do like once I start to like hear it, or like if I can hear the noises at all, I'm gonna start scanning to see if I see Alexandria waiting anywhere.
To see if you can see Alexandria doing what?
Like just like waiting. Like when I hear it, I'm gonna
Okay.
start looking to see if Alexandria got here and like where she is.
Gotcha. Yeah, give me a perception check as you walk up.
That is going to be a dirty 20.
Yep, you do see her. She's crouched down behind a rock outcropping overlooking a pit that you can't quite see into yet.
Cool.
Do I
if I
see
s-
her or can I turn to like be
Yeah.
like
You definitely see
like
her.
using hand motion or being like 5 like I don't know, something to be like dog or like mouth like dog, hyena, and then like one big one, like like you know, like tried like my best like at Electra because she's looking and
Electra's
just, like
definitely,
whoever else
like-
is looking. Is Aziz there or is like one of the
and-
hunters there?
Alexandra, give me an intelligence check to try to convey this with an impromptu
Okay.
sign language.
Yeah.
Try my best.
Electra's definitely like squinting, like, what?
Oh, oh. Is this intelligence? That's another
Yeah.
nat 20. I'm gonna roll so bad now. But
Yeah,
what's a
maybe.
21 for intelligence to try to communicate with the group.
Yeah, Electra, you see Alexandria from where she's hiding down, turns around and perfectly mimics the mannerisms of a canine-like creature, that there's 5 of them, and that there's also one bigger one.
Does this get, like, I see her doing this, and she's doing it so well, but does it get through to me?
You can roll an intelligence check. I'll say as long as you don't roll like a nat 1, you understand. 'Cause
Okay.
she like makes
All right, let's
very
hope.
clear gestures.
Really
Okay,
good on
yeah,
this
that's a
interpretive
9.
explanation.
Cool.
Okay, 5 dogs, and one is a big dog, daddy dog, angry, very fierce. And look, they're all, I think, it's like, one is asleep, I think. Oh, dead. It's dead. It's, oh, yep, keep going. Oh, they've got ears. He's dead. There's something with ears and it's dead. And the other ones are killing it, eating it. They're eating it. And, yeah, dogs. You guys have dogs here. She's gonna turn. She says this to like Nazim, and then she's like, "You got dogs here."
Yeah, dogs, yes, but I have feeling ones you referred to are not dogs. That they're actually here. Probably trainer is likely.
Oh, got it.
Okay.
And Electra's like looking at Alexandria, like.
And Alexandria that like go to pull out her bow to clearly be like, we're about to go. I'm gonna do this like initial shot. Like get ready. Like
Yep.
actions about
100%.
to start.
Yeah, go ahead. If you all are heading up to Alexandria's position, stealthily or not, let me know. You see the 3 hunters have already quietly started sneaking their way up.
I'll get close, but not too close, because I'm not very good at being sneaky.
Gotcha.
So I want to be like within that. Like, if I needed to, I could like move up. Like my distance for walking is 30 feet, so like maybe 30 feet from the edge of this. You said it's like almost like a little dip down, right? There at the bottom of this. Yeah, so maybe 30 feet from the edge so that I'm still not going to be seen, but when I need to, I can get up to the edge and start shooting if I need to. Because I'm kind of noisy.
Gotcha. Alexandria, you... so you're still about like 100 feet away. Are you trying to get any closer before you kick things
Yeah, no,
off?
as they moved in, I would try to move as close as I can while still not being detected by them to get that shot on that big one.
Gotcha. So we'll just use your same stealth roll. You're able to get a bit closer. About how close are you trying to get, you think?
How close? Is there any cover around like this edge before it dips? Is there any rocks, or is it like...
You do see in like the middle of this area, there's sort of like a natural pillar that's sort of in the middle of this pit. Which...
But from like up above, is there any good... What would be like the best position to get into to try to sneakily shoot at them? Or...
Best position to get into would be, depending on how close you're trying to get, you're going to wind up in the pit, where it's pretty much just like an open area that sort of just dips down. There's like some dead brush and such.
How steep are like these walls as it dips into?
Not much. It as you're heading down from the high point, it's only about like a 5-foot decline until like the ground sort of levels out.
Okay, and if I were to stand like on the edge before we go down to the pit, how far away would that be from this pack and that big one?
The very edge, you could probably get up to about 40 feet before you were at the... Okay.
I want to not go down, and I want to slide up as everybody's sneaking up behind me, and just like try to take a sneak shot just over this edge, super quick, rapid fire, aiming at that big one.
Gotcha. And Piri, what is your plan?
Just kind of, Piri's just gonna have to stick with like the main group because she's got only this bludgeoning weapon, and she's just kind of gonna follow the lead to see what they do.
Okay. All right. So, Alexandria, you managed to get within those 40 feet. The hunters have all gone within about the same distance from you, although they're off to your left. Electra, you are behind Alexandria. About how far would you say you're trying to stay behind her?
Probably like from Alexandria. Oh, I just know I'm so bad at sneaking. Far, like, can I get like 30 feet from her without causing a commotion?
Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, that would be great. Yeah, and I'll just like be behind and then ready to run up. I'm also gonna like put down my shield and like stuff and like kind of get my hands ready for magic.
Gotcha.
She's kind of like twinkling her fingers, and like if you guys were to look at her, she's like crouched and her hands like she's like waving her fingers, and you can see like these like sparks of energy floating between her fingertips. She's like
gotcha.
Ready.
Okay. It looks like everyone is sort of gotten in their position. You see the 3 hunters are sort of in like a arrow formation with Piri behind them. They're off to the side. Nazim sees you crouched, looks at you, points to the hyena. You see all the hunters draw their bows. They look like they're about to shoot, but you arrived there first, so they're going to let you take the first shot.
Go for it.
Do I just? Oh
Yeah.
God, why am I
Yeah,
so
if
nervous?
you target the big one, go ahead.
Okay.
And you can
That
roll
is
with advantage.
Oh my God. Okay. That's an
Another nat
18.
20. Don't tell me it is. Oh,
No, only 18. Close though.
that's still really good.
Okay.
Wait. Plus 3, 21. I'm assuming, does that hit the big one? That's where
Does
I'm
that
aiming.
hit
That's where I
a
would.
big dog? Yes.
Wait.
Yes, it does.
You scared me for a second. Okay, because that is
No,
the one
I was like,
I would like. Aim
hold
for.
on.
I would be like, what are we
Yes.
getting ourselves into?
Your arrow thwacks into this hyena. Go ahead and roll damage. And your sneak attack damage.
Okay, so that is
Ooh,
5
yeah.
plus 1 for 6 for the bow, and then my sneak attack is 6.
Okay, so 12
Oh,
altogether.
look at my spooky dice.
I know, I love it.
Nice. So that's 12 altogether, you said?
Yes.
Okay.
And I just want to take a shot at this big alpha.
Loose the arrow, silent in the night, and thwacks right in between the shoulder blade of this hyena as it hops back and yelps. All the other hyenas look up and around, but you're still hidden, so they're gonna see if they can figure out where that came from.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
There's also a lot of them, so... okay. They get to add to their perception. Okay. None of them see you. They don't know where that came from. But you see they're all sort of in a feral position now. And you see the other 3 hunters all take their shots. So Nazim takes a shot at the big one and crits.
Yes, Nazim. Show us who's boss.
So that's gonna be 2, 8, plus 4. He does 14 piercing damage. And drills right into the chest of this hyena. Panya's gonna take her shot. Also hits. For just 5 piercing damage.
Just 5. That's still pretty good.
Right. And Gert misses. Okay, everyone can roll initiative now.
Yeah. $14 for Electra.
Okay.
I got an 18 for initiative. I'm rolling too good today. It's gonna like clock out sometime soon. Just you wait.
I got a 12.
Okay. Right. Electra, 14. Alexandria, 18. Fury, 12. Perfect. Where is my... Why is this not doing this? There we go. All right. First up is Fury. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. That's not... It did not take the order I put it in. Hold on one moment. Try that again. Electra, 14. Alexandria, 18. Fury, 12. There we go. Oh, all right. So that big hyena has already taken some considerable damage and looks pretty bloodied, and just tears off straight towards the hunters. So let's see if he can get close enough to do anything. Well, he moved 50 feet, so... Yep, runs right up to Nazim and is going to take a chomp at him.
Oh my gosh.
That bounced out of my tray. It was a nat 20, though.
My god.
The hyena does hit on an 18. Actually, 23. I didn't even add the modifier.
Oh.
and does 10 piercing damage to Nazim, and Nazim fully already looks on the brink of death.
Okay.
You hear all the hyenas start yipping and yapping. That's lucky for you. It is Edfu's turn. Edfu shoulders his bow, draws his cudgel, and rushes at the hyena and misses. Alexandria, it is your turn.
Okay, so right now there's only one hyena that's like the big
That's
one that's
moved
like
closer.
gotten up.
Mhm.
How far away feet wise am I to this hyena and Nazim?
35.
Is my walking speed. Do more damage with my rapier.
Yeah, you saw
Okay.
this hyena just took all these arrows and just in a blood frenzy just barreled towards him and clamped down on his leg.
Yeah, I am going. So my movement speed is 35. So would I be able to get over to the
Yes, you
big
could
hyena
get to
boy
the big
and
hyena.
Nazim, and then try to take a swipe at him with my rapier?
Yes, and you could
I would
apply
like to-
sneak attack damage if you hit.
Yes, I would like to do
within
that.
5 feet of an ally.
Nice.
Okay. 13 plus 3, 16. Does that hit?
That does hit.
Oh, you scared me. Okay. And then that is 6 plus 1, 7 damage with the rapier itself, and then sneak
Okay.
attack is another 5. So that is 11?
You run up right next to this thing that, as it's like clenched its jaw on Nazim's leg, and you drive your rapier into its like neck, this big beefy neck area, and pull your blade out. And for a second, it droops and fades as if it's dead, but snarls back. It looks on the brink of death as well.
But it's still alive.
It's
like,
still alive by a
close.
thread.
Okay.
Electra, it is your turn.
All right, so I'm gonna run up the top of the hill now, and now I'm staring down into it, and I see that this one, like, just had its jaws on Nazim. So I'm going to shoot Sacred Flame down at it, and I need a dex save from it.
What's the range of Sacred Flame?
60 feet. Am I too far?
Let's see here. No, you can hit it from where
Okay.
you are.
Yeah, I would like to Sacred Flame it.
Okay, dex save.
Yes.
That's going to be a 9.
Oh, good. Well, I rolled terribly, so it's going to take 1 radiant damage. Love
It
that.
gets licked by some radiant flame, but it's still alive.
All right,
Kiri-
and then as my
nope.
bonus
Gotcha.
action,
Yep.
I will cast Healing Word on Nazim, which is also 60 feet.
Gotcha. Go ahead and
Is he 60 feet? Okay,
roll
yeah.
that. Yeah.
That's going to be, he gets 4 hit points back.
Okay. As the hyena pulls its jaw back from Nazim's leg, you cast Healing Word and some of the wounds begin to knit themselves. And if that's the end of your turn,
That
you're up.
is, yeah, that one is.
All right. Now, how far away is this hyena that's
From
biting?
you, it's 10 feet away.
Okay, yeah, I'm just gonna run right up.
Cool. You step between Nazim and Panya and head to the left flank of it. Alexandra's on the right, and Nazim is at the back flank, I guess would be the bottom flank.
Yeah, I'm gonna go there, and I'm just gonna swing my warhammer at it.
Go for it.
14.
14 does hit.
Epic. 7 damage.
Here you run up to this hyena as it pulls its jaw back, gets licked by radiant flame, snarls it. You can see just an animalistic frenzy in its eyes as it's trying to decide if it should flee or just go for this prey. But it's like a fraction of a second all this happened. You step up and just crack into this thing's skull with your weapon, and it drops to the ground lifeless.
Nice.
And it is now Nazim's turn again. He's going to take a few steps back and take a shot at one of the other hyenas as they are now all looking at you, ready to charge you. And he hits, actually, a hyena.
There you go.
And he drops one. Drops a hyena. Arrow goes straight through its skull, drops to the ground. Another hyena's up. Runs right for Puri. And
Oh,
Puri,
no.
hit
no.
on a 19.
That'll hit, yeah.
You take 3 piercing damage.
Ow. My bones.
Alrighty. The next hyena comes barreling down. Goes right for Puri as well.
Oh. Puri. It's like, Judas, no. Puri, no.
Judas,
A
no.
13 does not hit Puri.
Ooh, beefy boy.
Another hyena leaps from the center of this area, rushes Alexandria, and is going to hit.
Oh, okay.
You take 5 piercing damage.
Right.
Panya's up. She steps up next to one of the hyenas that's next to Puri, and is going to take a crack at it with her cudgel. And hits. That's going to be... She fully cracks its skull and it drops in one swing. Believe it or not, another hyena comes barreling towards y'all from that center area and goes right for good old Alexandria.
Oh.
Doesn't
it.
hit though.
Reflex.
Gert's up. Gert's gonna take a swipe at the one of them that's going for Alexandria. Hits. Drops it.
Okay. Hey, Gert. That was, I was a little mad at you, but like, if you're gonna. Okay, water under the bridge.
Alrighty. Alexandria, you are up again.
I don't know, like, because like she hasn't fed and that hasn't like came in, but
Mhm.
would Nazim getting bit and being by that and that like is mentally like is Alexandria fine? Like
You
any weird
haven't
thing?
you haven't had any human blood since, or humanoid blood since that
Yeah,
first
so, like it's
person,
like
right?
okay, right? Like I'm not like feeling a little.
Give me just a wisdom saving throw.
Oh, okay.
Nope.
That's a solid 4.
Your veins begin to like tense a bit as you feel your jaw tense. You're maintaining composure, but it's almost as if you've been walking through a desert for weeks and there's an oasis right next to you and you're keeping yourself from taking a drink from the water. You're pretty thirsty and there's just water right there.
Yeah, but like physically, like I tense, but like
yeah, you're
nothing,
completely
like,
in control. Yeah.
okay, like no weird We
Nope.
Gucci.
You're Gucci.
Okay, I feel like Alexandria is going to take a look at Nazim and just, like, look at his leg and look up. Take a deep breath, clench her jaw, and just turn to whatever... There's another hyena in front of Alexandria, right?
Yep.
And is just going to, with her rapier, because that's still out, is just going to go for it. That is a 17 to hit. And then... And that's only 3 damage.
Okay.
She's probably a little off guard, but, like, you know.
Believe it or not,
Mentally not.
you stab right through this hyena's neck and drop it.
Okay, that's great. Love that.
Good job.
JK, it was a prank. JK, all good.
Electra, you're up. If that's the end of your turn, Alexandria.
Okay, so how's Nazim looking?
Nazim is looking beat up, but okay.
How is everyone else looking?
Everyone else is fine. I mean,
Okay,
we
yeah.
took like a little nip, but everyone else is doing great.
How far away am I from Nazim?
You are about 50 feet away from him.
Okay, I'm gonna move. Is there a hyena between me and him, or one that I can kind of get
There
30 feet?
is not. Actually, that's Panya. You're about 40 feet away from Nazim. And there's
Okay.
no hyenas near Nazim. There's sort of like a bulwark where everyone else isn't fighting them, where Nazim has stepped back.
Okay, well, I want to get right up to the hyenas if I can, and if I will get as close as I can. My movement's 30 feet.
15. Your movement's what, 30 feet?
Yeah.
You can get within about 30 feet of a hyena.
Okay, then I'm just going to use my dash action and get up to the hyenas and
Okay.
just be there.
Gotcha. You run up next to Alexandria, where she was next to some hyenas there. You run past her and step
Hi.
up next to you, like just like a few feet past her. There's just one hyena left right in front of you. That's is the one that nipped Piri.
Yeah, I'm going to look at him right in the eyes.
Speaking
Come
of,
at me.
Piri, it is your turn.
Yeah. Where's the closest hyena to me?
Right in front of you.
Okay, then yeah, it's gotta die. I'm gonna swing at it.
Go for it.
An 18 hits, I assume.
18 hits.
Oh, a little bit higher. 8 damage.
8 damage. Yeah, that's gonna do it. You crack this thing down, and all these hyenas before you have dropped. You're sort of standing in this opening clearing area, catching your breath after you slaughtered most of these tiny squishy little hyenas and that big boy pretty quickly. What are you guys doing?
They're all dead now?
That was all of them. There was
Oh, man! I didn't get to do anything. I was so excited right then. I was like, I'm gonna crush this guy if he tries to bite me. Okay, well, I'm gonna go over to Nazim.
Okay.
And I'm going to touch him. And I
Okay.
have a healing hands thing. And I'm gonna give him 2 more hit points.
Okay. You give him 2 more hit points. He's looking okay.
You're right, mate.
That certainly caught me off guard. That was a quick one. Thank you. It looks like a magic made my leg a bit better.
Yeah. Do you need any more? I have a bit, but I'm not sure if we might see one of those scorpions on the way.
Good call. I can walk. I'll be fine. I've
Okay.
had the brush with worse, but not much. That was not good for me.
All right. She's gonna look to Panya and Gert and just see if, like, kind of look like, you know, when someone's hurt and they say they're fine, but you look to see if other people think they're fine.
Right.
I'm just looking to see if they think he can walk and he's gonna be okay.
Give me an insight check.
Okay, cool. 17.
17. They have acknowledged he is injured. It looks like there was some concern about his state, but that once his wounds were healed over and the bleeding stopped, their concerns sort of faded as well.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And go ahead.
No, I'm just kind of okay.
Gotcha.
Sounds good.
Give me a perception check, everybody, if you'd be so kind.
Oh my god, there's gonna be baby hyenas.
8.
Okay.
Oh, period.
I got a 9.
Okay.
Well, I got a 23.
Okay. Electra, you and good old Gert are, standing around talking briefly, checking on Nazim. You stand up and you listen for a second, and you can hear like like a something scattering across stone, stepping, and you look up and you see a lot of other hyenas have shown up here, drawn in by the scent of fresh kills. And you see, believe it or not, there's another big hyena with them. There's considerably more hyenas than there were last time. There's about 10 hyenas, not counting the big one. And they've sort of encircled this pit area.
All right.
Harry's gonna like open her arms like to invite them, like, oh, still hungry, huh?
Yeah.
Come on.
Electra's gonna sort of beef up and start sizing them up.
That's exactly what they're doing to you as well.
Yeah, well, I'm bigger. I'm a
So
bigger size, so I win.
We're down
Go
in
ahead.
the pit,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Okay, and you said there was a pillar?
There is, in the center of the pit, there's sort of a natural outcropping.
How tall does that pillar go?
Looks like it goes about 15 feet up. It's about like 6 feet in circumference and width.
Okay.
Not good at
I-
geometry.
I would like to spider climb
Ooh.
this
Okay.
pillar and make my way up and ask and say, like, point. I want to point before I do this and say, I'm
Gotcha.
going to go up there for aerial shots.
Okay.
Nazim, do you want to try to come up there with me so that you don't get hit? At least for a while.
I will, yes, I'll join you up there. I think there should be room enough for both of us. And he's gonna try to scramble on up there. He's scrambling
She's gonna
on
let
up there.
him. She's gonna let him get up first, and then she is just going to effortlessly, spider
right
climb
up.
out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Just just make her way up there, super smooth.
Just real quick scatters on up there. And as you do, the hyenas seem to have interpreted this as they have their prey cornered and they're trying to hide already, and all begin rushing down to
Nice.
pounce on their prey.
Let's go.
So let's see if Alexander is still going to be first to act here. Nope. it's actually gonna be. I just refreshed the initiatives, but I kept yours. Gert actually is up first. He draws his short bow again and is gonna take a shot at a hyena. Nat 20.
Ooh.
Yeah, fully looses a single arrow into this hyena. It drops. One of the hyena's turns. Where is that? There he is. Goes right for Panya. Is gonna take a snap at her. And hits for 1 piercing damage. As it sort of lunges at her and barely grazes her as she steps out of the way. It's her turn now. She's gonna try to hit it with her cudgel. Lands her hit. And cracks it real good, but doesn't drop it. Another hyena. Runs right up to Gert. Takes a snap at him. Misses. Or wait, does it?
Oh, that was spooky.
Yes, it does.
Misses?
Yes.
Yes, it does
it does.
miss.
Okay. Gucci. Love that for Gert.
There's another one. Runs up to Panya. That hits. She takes 5 piercing damage. This one manages to slash her a bit as it bites into her. Alexandria, it is your turn.
Okay, so I've successfully gotten on the top of this thing with Nazim, and where's the big one? I like going at.
The big one.
Has the big one moved down yet? Or?
He has moved down. He's about 30 feet to the northeast of you.
Okay, is it hittable with a arrow? Like, would I be able
100%.
to angle it?
Yep.
Okay, then I'm just gonna set my rapier kind of down so it's easy position in case I need to like jab anything.
Yep.
And I'm gonna just whip out my short bow again and try to hit at that thing. That is another 14 plus 3. That's 17 to hit. And then
It's
only 5 damage.
okay. You stick an arrow into this big ol' hyena as it still barrels down towards everybody. Next hyena is up. Goes for Peary.
Perry with the red hair.
And is able to land a strike.
Man, these hyenas know where to fight.
I know.
For 4 piercing damage. Electra, you're up.
Okay. So I think I'm really close to Piri, aren't I?
Yep, you're standing right next to this hyena.
All right,
That just went for
perfect.
Piri.
I am gonna Sacred Flame, so I need a dex save from it.
100%. That's gonna be a
Please fail, please fail.
9.
Yes, failed. All right. That one is gonna be 5 radiant damage. And I'm going to try to see if I can get its attention on me or get some of them.
Yeah, that one that you just blasted with some Sacred Flame definitely turns its attention to you. It's still standing, but it does look pretty injured. Nazim's up. He's going to try to take a shot down there and see if he can do anything. He's going to take a shot at that one that's fighting Piri and Electra. And he lands his hit for 3 piercing damage and drops that hyena. Piri, you're up.
Nice.
That hyena that bit me?
Yes, that one
Kill him.
has been dead. Just
Good.
now. Nazim
Good.
killed it.
Good.
Oh.
Very good. So where's the next closest hyena?
Next closest would be the two behind you that are on top of Panya.
Oh, okay. Well, let's get those off of her. That's probably not great. I'm gonna swing it, or at least, run up to him if I can, or if it's right next to me, I'll swing
it's
it.
pretty close. You gotta take a few steps towards it, but you can definitely get to it.
I'll take a few steps forward, get my giant hammer ready, and bring it down upon the face of one. Hey, a crit. Okay.
Very nice.
That's good.
Nice!
Get out of here!
You can't sit with us.
This is you who's been critting all day.
11 damage.
You dust this hyena into the ground.
Yeah.
Fully.
All right.
Not only do you completely smash its skull, but also its like shoulders and front joints are just all smashed into the ground.
Yeah.
Just a bloody mess. It is this giant hyena's turn.
Oh,
giant
hyenas.
It
The giant hyena's
rushes, right on up to Electra.
Thank you!
Got this.
Okay. And check something. Okay. It misses its first swipe as you bash its maw out of the way with your shield. One of the other hyenas runs in behind.
Technically, I don't have my shield up, though.
Oh, gotcha. You smack
So
it out of the
my
way
AC 's
with
only
your
15.
Warhammer.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, it didn't roll that high.
Okay, okay.
Another one runs up behind Piri. Doesn't hit. Bites at you, but doesn't make any contact. Believe it or not, there's another hyena.
What?
Goes for Gert. That does not hit. Gert kicks it in the face as it tries to snap at him.
Nice. You go, Gert.
Another hyena runs past that pillar y'all are standing on and goes for Panya, who's next to Piri. Does not hit. Another one runs up behind Gert.
Oh my god, there's so many.
And crits.
Uh-oh.
4. That's just embarrassing.
Oh no.
Crits for 3 piercing damage on Gert.
Oh.
It was gonna be like, oh my god.
And the
Okay.
last hyena runs up to Panya again. Panya's now got hyenas on all of her sides. That's another crit. Wow. 2 hyenas crit back to back. What are the odds?
Oh my god.
And Panya takes 4 piercing damage.
Oh.
She's starting to look a little beat up. She takes some damage there. It's Gert's turn. He's got 3 hyenas on him. He turns to one and gonna try to take a crack at it. That'll hit. Doesn't kill it though. He just sort of smacks it back as they're all like sort of circling around him trying to get in their attacks. Panya's up. She's looking a little frazzled. She's looking a little frantic. She takes a desperate swipe at one of them, but it just easily dips out of the way. Hyena's going for Gert.
Oof.
That'll hit. Gert takes 4 piercing damage. Gert's still looking okay. He's a pretty stocky dude. A bit of a brick boy. The hyena behind Panya sees a bit of an opening, is going to try to go in, gets a snap in for 4 piercing. Panya's not looking too great anymore. She's got a handful of wounds. Alexandria, you're up.
Where's the big one? Which person is that on?
Big one is right next to Electra. Pretty much like 10, well, because you're up, about 15 feet down, like directly below you.
Okay. Out of Panya and Gert, which one looks like they're in rougher shape?
Panya, 100%.
Then I'm gonna try to shoot one of the ones that are near Panya.
Okay, go for it.
That's an 18 plus 3, so that is a 21 to hit with my short bow.
That hits.
And that is 6 plus 1, so that is 7 damage.
Okay, 7 damage. Yeah, you ice one of these hyenas. You just loose an arrow right in the back of it, pierces it through its lungs, and it drops to the ground, sort of spazzing. Is that the end of your turn?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything else.
Okay. Next hyena. That one is dead. Electra, you're up.
Okay, I am going to I'm gonna healing word Panya.
Okay.
Technically that's my bonus action, but I'm gonna do that first. That she's gonna get 4 hit points back.
Okay.
I'm going to try to hit the guy in front of me with my warhammer, this big boy.
Gotcha.
And just kind of get his attention and keep it. That's a 14 to hit.
That hits.
Oh, okay. That's cool. That is going to be 2 bludgeoning damage. Rolled a 1 on that. Great.
Okay. And is that your turn?
And that's going to be my action. I'm just going to kind of like stare him down.
Gotcha. Nazim's up. He swivels around next to you, steps up beside you, Alexandria, and also is going to shoot down and try to hit one of those hyenas that's attacking Panya, but misses as he sort of winces with a little bit of pain as he draws his bow back. Fury, you're up. You've got a hyena in front of you and to the right of you.
I will attack the one in front of me.
Okay. Let me know.
That is 15.
That hits.
Six damage.
Cool. You 100% smash this hyena. You're just, they're dogs to you. You just crush them. You just bring your hammer down and the problem's gone. It's that simple.
There you go, Piri. We love ya.
The giant hyena sees you snarling at it and snarls back and makes a lunge for you. And what is your AC right now?
15.
15. It just barely misses you. All right.
Oh my god, buddy, you gotta hit me.
Another hyena wiggles its way in over top of one of the corpses that was next to Gert, and goes in for a swipe at Gert. And misses. Those hyenas are all dead. One behind Gert's gonna try to get a swipe in at him. Misses. Gert's sort of keeping him at bay, just kicking him back every time they get that greedy look and try to go in for a bite. One's gonna go for Panya. That's gonna hit for 5 piercing damage.
Oh my gosh. I just healed her.
Gert's up. He's still got 3 hyenas on him.
Oh, Gert. What are you doing?
Gonna take a crack at one of them. Dice, you gotta stay in the tray for me to count. That's gonna be a hit.
Oh, Gert.
Gert goes down. I don't like Gert, but Gert doesn't deserve this. Not by hyenas.
Yeah.
He cracks one, drops it. It goes for a lunge. He catches its maw with his cudgel, slams it to the ground, gets back, smashes its head in the ground. That's Panya's turn. She's gonna take a disengage and try to get away. And she just begins running back away.
Oh, good girl.
One of the hyenas that was on Gert sees her take off and barrels after her. And misses as she keeps running.
Good.
Hyena steps over one of the dead ones and leaps up next to Piri. Crits.
Ooh.
My God.
Wow, hey.
Pierre, how are you feeling?
Oh, there goes one.
Angry.
Okay. Good enough.
Yeah.
Understood.
For 7 piercing damage.
Youch.
Alexandria, it is your turn. There are 2 hyenas on Piri, a big one and a normal-sized hyena on Electra, 2 on Gert, and 1 chasing Panya.
I'm gonna go after the one chasing Panya to get that off of her. That's only a 13 to hit.
Believe that hits. What's the range of the bow for the non-disadvantage range? 60 or 30? It's a short bow.
80 to 320.
Can you repeat that real quick? 80? Yeah, you're able to. Cool. You 100% hit.
Okay, that is another 5 plus 1, so that would be 6 damage as I try to trail
And
after.
because it's right on her tail, it's technically within sneak attack damage range.
Oh, okay. Then that's another 4. So
Cool.
Nice.
You see Panya take off and try to get to cover. You see her being chased by this hyena that, if left alone, would probably be able to take her down. You loose
Not
an arrow,
today.
goes right through the back of its skull, and it drops as it's chasing her.
That's badass.
Electra, you're up.
All right. Gosh. Warhammer on this big boy in front of me again.
100%.
Even though clearly I'm not very good with my Warhammer. But we'll try. Oh, dirty 20.
That'll hit.
Perfect. Oh, and that is 9 bludgeoning.
Very nice. It's a solid hit. Yeah, you
Whack him in
smack
the
it
face.
real good. Scatters a few teeth out of its mouth. It's got blood dripping. Nazim's up. He's gonna take a shot at one of the ones on Gert. And hits. For not a lot of damage. Let's see here. Is that enough to kill it though? No. He looses an arrow into a hyena, doesn't drop it. Piri, you're up.
Epic. The one that just crit me.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gotta go. I'm gonna swing.
Gotcha.
16.
That hits.
7 damage.
Drops.
And then I'm going to bonus action second wind myself.
Very nice. Is that the end of your turn?
Yes, because I heal 4.
Okay.
5.
Gotcha. Giant hyena next to Electra's gonna go for an attack here. And is going to hit.
Okay, thank God. That's how it works. Give me them damage.
Yep, here it comes.
I'm ready.
For 8 piercing.
Okay. And I need it to make a dex save.
Okay. It gets a 12.
Okay, so that is my spell save. So does that mean it's half damage?
No, if that's what it needs to hit, then it takes full damage.
Full damage, great. And I'm gonna use one of my channel divinities to use max lightning damage, so it's automatically
Okay.
gonna take 16 lightning damage.
Ooh, yeah. It takes a bite in you, and just electricity just courses through it, just singeing it, and just courses through his body, and it retracts its jaw.
Was like, there you go.
And Alexandria yell and be like, "Good job, Goldilocks," or just be like, "Good one, Goldie," like just something random in the back.
Gotcha. Hey yo, that one's for you.
Yeah, it that hurt it pretty good.
Good. That was a point. I was like waiting this whole time. I was like, just bite me.
One goes for Gert. Misses. He's still keeping him at bay pretty well. The one hyena next to Alexandria, or not Alexandria, Electra's gonna take a snap at her. Does not hit. Brings it back to Gert. He's gonna try to finish off this last hyena that's bugging him. And does not land a hit to finish it off. Brings it to Panya, who's going to take a hide action.
Oh, good.
And dips pretty well. She hides pretty well. She'll probably be okay as long as nothing has a reason to look for her. Hyena's dead. Alexandria, it is your turn. There's 2 hyenas on Electra and 1 on Gert.
Gert has been
Electra's. You want me to go for Gert?
I think, yeah. After she would have like gotten bit and like yelled back, she would have probably given you a nod that like she's good. But Gert's been taking some bites.
Yeah, Alexandria will then shift and shoot at the one by Gert. That is 11 plus 3. That's 14 to hit with my short bow.
That hits, and you get sneak attack damage.
Okay, so that is only 4 for the initial, 3 plus 1, 4, and then that's only 2 for sneak attack. So that would be 6 total.
Only.
It's gone.
That's
fully dead.
Still good.
It is.
I feel
dead.
bad.
Only 4. That's 4.
Electra, you're up.
Ooh, it's me again.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to hit the big boy again.
Go for it.
All right. Well, that's an 8. Maybe I'm still a little.
That's not gonna.
Shocked.
Not gonna
I still have a little bit of energy running through me.
The hyena next to you is gonna take a snap at you.
Go for it, bud.
Does not land a hit. Gert's up. Gert wants to finish off the hyena, and he lands a hit. Be pretty embarrassing if he couldn't finish it off. Believe it or not, though, does not finish it off. He gives it a good crack across the face with his. Oh wait, no, he fully does.
Yay,
smacks it across the face with the cudgel, and it drops. Panya's hiding. Alexandria, you're up. There's just the 2 hyenas on Electra now.
I'll just go after. Is there anyone in particular? Is the big guy still alive?
Big guy's still up.
The big guy's still there.
Which one? Which hyena? I'll take out.
I've been working on the big guy. Yeah, I haven't really touched him.
Yeah, I'll leave the big one for.
Okay.
I'll do the little one.
Thanks.
Got it.
Oh, thanks. I can't wink, but I would be.
3 is 18, except swing. 18 to hit, and
That hits.
that'll be 6 for damage, and I don't get
drops.
Would it count for sneak?
It would,
or-
but that's enough to kill it.
Okay, perfect.
Okay.
There you go.
That brings it to Electra again.
Did it not go?
Oh, did my initiative tracker get messed up? Wait. Was
What
just
about
Alexandria?
Piri?
Oh, I think the thing skipped around. Yeah, I suppose that would be Piri now. Just throw it to Piri.
Woo!
Tracker
My
got messed up.
turn.
Hit this
Baby.
big boy.
Oh, I'm hitting that big boy.
Hit the big boy.
I'm
Go for
going.
it.
Get him.
It's within killable range, 100%.
Die. I got a 13.
That does hit.
Oh. Yeah! Suck my hammer. And then I'm going to...
Here.
10 damage.
Yeah, you run up next to this thing. It turns its head to you as it's stepping back, frazzled from Electra. Here, how do you smash this thing?
Just like smack it in the back, have it fall over, and then bring it down on its head.
Woo!
You bring it down, and yet again, bring down your hammer, crushing another hyena. The dust settles that's been kicked up through all this fighting. So many dead hyenas around you, everywhere. A truly
All the hyenas.
a considerable amount of hyenas. Everyone sort of looks around, brushes themselves off. A few moments pass before Panya steps back out, begins heading back towards everyone, looking a little beat up. Gert's looking okay, took some scratches. Nazim's looking okay. They
Can
go,
you get down easy?
yeah,
like-
you can climb down just fine.
Yeah.
Nazim says, that was very unfortunate that this pack was as big as it was.
Yeah.
I think we were a bit lucky here that we've gone poorly. Thank you, by the way, for healing my leg.
Oh, yeah, anytime. Panya, I'm sorry, I am a little bit out of my magic right now. Otherwise, I'd be helping you out and healing you up.
She nods, and she's started to like bandage herself up. It's okay. I'll be okay. It's fine. I'll make it back.
Electra is going to cast light on her
Mhm.
warhammer, and she wants to go into the den where the giant hyena originally came out of and like
Yeah.
scope out if there's any more.
For sure. Go ahead and give me a
Yeah.
perception check as you head in there.
That is a 19.
19. You go in there and you begin looking around, picking through some things. A lot of bones, hyena junk, really.
No
But
live hyenas.
no live hyenas.
Very specific.
They all met their end very shortly ago. You're looking around and you're in this hyena den, a lot of bones, like I said,
Yeah.
and there is something that catches your eye.
Oh.
You see one of the piles of bones still has some tatters of clothes on it. Some scrap leather, and a satchel that looks pretty much unmessed with
Oh.
by the hyenas.
First thing, I'm gonna go. So the other, I'm assuming. So this one has been pretty much torn up. This body of something.
Yeah, it's
I'm assuming a
long
person.
gone.
Are there any
consumed.
other people's bodies that I can tell, or is most of it just like it's just bones? Like I can't really tell what creature.
Mostly animal bones. This seems to be the only humanoid.
Only like human.
Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna go up, and the first thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put one hand on my falchion, and one hand sort of like, if I can find a general place where my hand's not gonna get gross, I'm gonna put it on that. But she'll put her hand on, no matter what. She'll put her hand somewhere on the body and just be like, "I'm so sorry. This was such a terrible way to go. I wish you rest in the afterlife." And then she's going to say, "Now I wonder if I can find out who you are." And she's going to take the satchel, and she's going to peek inside and see if there's anything, or if there's any names on the satchel.
No names on the satchel, but you peek inside, and you find it's stuffed full of loot. There's necklaces, there's a few rings, bunch of silver, but despite all of that, give me a religion check.
Oh, yes. Like this. Well, my dice don't. 9.
9. You look in and you see a diadem that's just this masterfully crafted gold with an eagle motif as like the center of the headpiece, and even with that bad of a roll, you feel the faintest bit of a divine spark just by looking at that diadem.
It has an eagle on it.
Yes.
But it's not a hawk.
Falcon. Sorry. Falcon.
Oh, there we go.
Bird of prey.
All right.
Falcon. Yes.
Taking that one.
Yeah.
I'm
you grab
going
it,
to.
Or you leave it in there.
I'm going to like first off pick up the diadem. I'm assuming like when she first saw it, Electra's the kind of person who would like she'd probably pick it up and like look at it and be like, "Is this really what I think it looks like?" And sort of look at it a little closely.
Yeah.
And then she would put that one like in one of her many pockets and leave the rest of the satchel and take the rest of the satchel as it is.
You pick it up and you look at it and you begin putting things back in your socket. You're putting things back in the satchel, or you're taking all this stuff out of the satchel?
So I'm going to take the stuff and the satchel out, but I'm going to take the diadem and put that in a pocket first because she feels connected to it.
Gotcha.
So she would keep that.
You pick up the diadem again. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Beautiful. Please be cursed. That is a 9.
A 9. Okay. You're holding this diadem. The symbology of it is familiar. This seems to be very similar to a god that crosses your mind. And you're standing in this dark cave away from everyone else, illuminated by the light of your hammer. And your vision begins to blur a little bit as you look at this diadem, and it begins to glow brighter and brighter and brighter until it flashes a light, and then you can't see anything. It's just blinding white light for just a brief moment. Then you open your eyes again, and you see yourself standing in a burning room. And before you see frantically running around the room searching for something is Alexandria. And
Alexandria,
before you can say anything, the room collapses in on itself with you in it. Everything goes dark. You blink again, and you're standing on the shore of a body of water, and you see Piri with a cold gaze staring out at the water.
Oh my god. Perry?
You say Piri. Very nice. You say Piri, and everything. You blink again, and you're in a temple. But there's no one in here with you. But you look around and you see scattered throughout this temple are a considerable amount of priests that have been slaughtered, bloodied, smashed down. There's at least 8 of them. They're all dead. There's a few candles providing light, and you hear a click at the back of the temple as a door slowly opens and light spills out through it.
Oh my god, she's gonna whip around to look at the door. Who's
You
coming?
whip around to look at the door, and as the door swings open, a hammer illuminated by light comes out first, shining the way, dripping still with fresh blood, and you see yourself step out holding something that you can't quite see in your hands. It's sort of blocked by a haze, and you see this Electra dismiss the light from her hammer, whip the blood off of it, sheath her weapon, and begin stepping over the corpses towards the exit of this temple.
Is she holding something in her hand?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna try and figure out what that is.
Sure.
Also, Electra's probably shaking. Like,
Give me
this Electra.
give me a perception check.
Okay. Dirty 20, please. What is it?
20. Very nice. You can see in her hand, clenched in between her fingers. You focus, and the haze vanishes. Is a small ruby. One that the thought crosses your mind immediately that would fit perfectly into the diadem you were holding just a few moments ago. And you see this Electra before you stops as she's about to reach the exit, turns and looks at you and says, "You know, I'm still you. You're just not me yet."
Electra sort of looks at the other one and, but you're not me. I'm not you. This makes no sense. But
What doesn't make sense about it, Electra? We need this. See all these people
Ruby.
in here?
What did you do here? Did you do this?
They worship false gods, Electra. We need this ruby. They wouldn't give it to us. This was the only way.
We
It's not
need
like I
it.
wanted to.
Why would we need it?
For the diadem, Electra. The diadem is important. It's at the center of everything. Once you realize what it is, it's going to change a lot of things. It changes us. The mission changes, Electra.
What is going on right now? I just picked up a pretty diadem and it started shining, and now I'm in some sort
Electra,
of bad dream. I wish
remember.
I could say this is the first one, but I've had like 6 in the past 2 days.
I remember picking it up. Thing was, when I picked it up, it didn't glow, like you said. Which means that this was right. That I'm here to reassure you that this is the correct path. I don't know if there's any hope for a lot of people. But
What?
this diadem, it's the only thing I think that can do anything about anything in this place.
Oh. Okay.
This is one of the rubies. We already got one of the other ones. There's still one more. Once you get
Where
that,
do I find them? Well, you have
she
them. I don't
fades
have them.
into mist as she
What?
tries to
What are you
explain
doing?
things to
This
you.
makes no sense.
And you're standing still in this temple amidst the corpses of 8 priests, some men, some women. Blood is pooled throughout this place. You can see the other Electra's footsteps left a path of blood as she stepped towards the exit. What is Electra doing?
Oh, she's like shaking her head back and forth, like, doesn't make sense. And then like her hands are like instantly like going to her face, and she's like covering her face, and she's just like starting, like tears are forming in her eyes, and she's just like, this is not me, that's not me, I wouldn't do this, I couldn't do this. And she's like starting to like cry, and like the tears are falling down her cheeks, and she's like, this is not me, I couldn't do this is not me, that was someone else, this is a bad dream, it's a bad dream, it's just a bad dream, just like what Austin has said, it's a bad dream. And she just like keeps saying like it's a bad dream just over and over and over and over.
She says that for a few minutes, and nothing has changed. You're still in this temple. You look around and you feel as if guilt was something that could hang in the air. It's seeping out of that back room that Alexandria stepped out of. Or Electra.
Oh, yeah. All right, and after like crying, just like it's a bad dream, and just like realizing that like even if it's a bad dream, like she's not waking up, and she's just gonna kind of look and turn and take a deep breath and like very mindfully move towards that door, mindfully of all the bodies.
Mindfully stepped over the bodies. You reach the door. It stands before you. You hesitate before you put your hand on the door to pull it all the way open, because you feel with almost every fiber of your being that you don't want to know what's behind that door. Because what's behind that door is a truth that Electra's not sure she wants to face.
Okay, she puts her hand there. She's gonna take a really, really deep, slow breath. Her eyes are closed. And she's like her breath is shaky as it comes out. And she's gently gonna twist. Her eyes are still closed, and she's twisting the doorknob. And as she like pulls it a little bit, her eyes open, and she's looking in.
Electra looks in. Give me a wisdom saving throw.
Another one. Oh no. Oh, that's a 10. Oh god.
A 10. Anxiety grips Electra's body as she stands there paralyzed, looking at the scene before her. At the back of the room, laying at the foot of an altar where it looks like there was a statue where this ruby was inlaid, is a young boy, small, probably 10 to 14 years old, and his skull is completely caved in by a weapon that matches perfectly with how you know your weapon works. As blood trickles down the short stairs leading up to the altar, Electra's body just freezes, and you feel like you can't move. All she can do is just look at what she believes that she has done.
She is not breathing. She is like frozen, and like she's not blinking either. It seems like something, she just can't tear her eyes away as she's just staring at this, as like things are just starting to like click in her head, and she's just feeling so many things at once. I think like she wouldn't really realize it, but I think one of her hands would go to her holy symbol and just like rest on it. But she wouldn't like, it would just be like kind of like a automatic response for her upon seeing this. And then after like looking at the boy that she can't like keep her eyes off, I think her eyes are gonna flicker up to the statue and look at what the statue is and like try to figure out why this is so important.
Yeah, you look at the statue. It appears to be a statue of a god you don't recognize. Likely one of the gods you've heard about, but just don't know the representation of yet in this religion. And as you look at the statue, you feel a presence behind you and a breath slip past your ear as a voice says, "This is what it looks like when you don't serve the Pharaoh. This is the path of resistance. Is it the one you're still going to take?" You should have just brought him his treasure.
Sorry, the music just made a really like dramatic right after you said that, and I was like, oh my god. It's doing it again.
I know.
I know, it's like so good right now. She's gonna like turn towards the voice. Is there someone there?
No one there.
So she's gonna turn around and like look, because like she heard it from behind or by her ears, and she's gonna like look really confused and like, what? She's so confused.
It's quiet. You don't hear anything.
She's gonna whip around again. And she's gonna take in the statue and like really look at it. So like, does it have any symbols or anything so that like when she gets out, she could like ask someone?
Yeah, 100%. See the statue is the statue of a cat. And the ruby would have been where the cat's paws were sort of in a offertory position, with a little frame to put it in. And as you're looking at the statue again, you see the little boy's body turn into mist and disappear.
Oh my god.
And you hear the voice behind you again. This isn't you. You didn't have to do this.
I don't want to do this.
Then you must serve the Pharaoh.
There's got to be another... Wait, this makes no sense.
Resistance is not something new. It comes, it goes. Always with blood. This time is no different. Remember that when you first come to make a decision. And the room begins to fill up with fog. Your vision clouds. And you blink and you're crouched back in the cave in a cold sweat.
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Okay.
You can hear shouting from outside. You hear Nazim. Electra, did you find anything in the cave?
Just gonna like breathe. No, just a body, and I'm just praying. And she's gonna like swallow her breath and like look at this satchel and the diadem, and like the words like in her head are like, you know, like resistance always leads to blood, and like if bring the Pharaoh his treasure, this won't happen. And she's gonna put the diadem in the satchel with all of the treasure. And she was going to bring it to people, but now she's gonna put it in her like somewhere hidden on her person, and she's
Gotcha.
gonna like she's probably gonna take another minute or two and like just really catch her breath and just like she probably still looks a mess, but she's gonna try and shakily like walk out.
Gotcha.
But you guys can tell that she's just like distraught.
While you're composing yourself, Alexandria and Piri, Nazim says, okay, obviously this is much too much, the food to carry back, so we'll harvest what we can. Help us bring all the hyenas over here into a pile.
Sure thing.
Okay.
Alexandria nods.
A few minutes pass, you get all the hyenas gathered in one area. Again, fully just so many hyenas. Just so many.
So many.
It's a
So
huge
many
pack
of
of
them.
hyenas that you just, yeah. And Nazim reaches into his pack and he pulls out a clay sort of urn that's got a lot of engravings and ritualistic sort of markings on it. And he places it before the pile of hyenas, and all three of the hunters pull knives from their belt and go start making cuts on all the hyenas.
What are the knives made out of?
Iron, probably.
Hmm.
Yeah, they just look like crude knives. They don't look super ritualistic or anything. You see they make cuts on all these hyenas. Then they go up to this urn. The three of them hold their hands above it, take a slice on their hand, drop a little bit of blood into the urn, and you see from the bottom of the urn a red light begins to trace through the engravings and symbols until it hums with a dim glow. And Alexandria, you notice it first just because you're so attuned to what's going on with blood. You can sense the blood lifting off of the hyenas into the air as like a stream. And from all these incisions, streams of blood begin going into the urn. Much more than the urn should be able to contain. But it all begins flowing into the urn.
Is Alexandria like? Because that's animal.
You can give
play.
me a wisdom save because there's a lot of blood
Oh my
things happening
god!
here.
Oh my god! Yeah.
Do-
Okay.
What'd you get?
We're all having problems. It's okay.
That's a solid 4. I think I got that last time too.
Okay.
No.
It's okay. Drink the
no.
blood. We're all there.
3 things are before you. A slightly beat up and bloodied Gert, a fairly bloodied and injured Panya,
Oh god.
and a lot of blood being dumped, sucked into this urn. You're like biting your lip. You just like your fingers are like curled and the fists like white knuckle. And the thought is just crossing your mind like, I could get some of it. I just need some of it. I just need some of it. Doesn't mean you have to go for it, but this is what's going through your head right now.
Okay, so this blood is going into this urn, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Alexandria physically, I imagine her fangs are very, like, right? Or not.
Yeah, they're not super pronounced,
But, like,
no.
Yeah, but, like, physically, like, there's nothing weird happening
No.
at the sight of all this blood. Okay, good.
No. Aside from anyone who would look at you would just see that you look very tense right now.
I think Alexandria would take, like, a very aggressive step forward.
Okay.
So how far away is she from the urn, and how far away is she from the 2 injured people?
They're all within 5 feet of you.
Oh god. Oh god. How bad do I want, like, how persistent, like...
You think that Ed or Gert or Panya's blood would feel really good to drink? You think that this other blood would make the thirst at least stop for right now, but you wouldn't feel any better. You just think it would sate you, but not improve your mood.
I'm not bleeding too bad, right?
Oh,
I've just
no,
been bitten on, like...
no!
Piri, how much health are you at, actually, out of your total?
Oh god.
I am at 15.
Okay. Yeah. You're like bleeding a little bit, but you're not much. You're also
Like-
wearing-
Oh, sorry, 15 out of 24.
yeah, you're not too heavily injured. You just got some bite.
I just had a bunch of
2D.
bite wounds on my leg.
Yeah.
Oh god. Oh god. I think-
You see Edfu steps up next to you and looks at the urn. You would have seen it eventually. It is on the way to survive out here. Blood is water, and water is blood.
Alexandria turns and just looks at him. I don't even know how you would describe, like, looking at somebody like I want his blood.
Ooh la la.
Are you trying to hide that you want his blood?
I think so, but also he's bleeding. And Alexandria doesn't want it, but I think it's hard. Like, I think physically, like, she's biting
give
her
me
lip.
a
Like,
deception check.
like, she's, like, trying to hide it,
just
but
like-
also she's like, something is wrong with me.
Trip
Yeah.
and have his arm accidentally fall in your mouth. Whoops!
Oh, God.
Oh, I'm so
Say-
sorry. There's so much blood here. Let me wipe that off with my mouth.
What'd you get on your deception roll?
A 6 plus 3 is a 9.
Okay. Gert looks at you. He sort of furrows his brow. He said, "You know, Nazim mentioned that you look at people strangely. What is it you see, pale elf?"
Alexandria just, like, blinks at him. It just stares at him. Like, doesn't say anything. It's just inwardly, like, brain, like, it's just like, freak, like, oh my god, this is bad. This is really, really bad.
At this time, Electra, you step back over, and you see all this blood flowing through the air into this glowing urn in the middle of this clearing. Certainly like no hunter you've ever seen before. And I have no idea what's going through Piri's head, if Piri has any thoughts on what's going on right now.
Oh, yeah.
What
Hey.
is Fury thinking? Fury's been there, like, what the hell?
Yeah, Furious mostly was just looking at all the gross blood getting sucked out. And now she's just basically looking at Alexandria weirdly.
Hmm.
Do you not like blood?
Like, this are probably, like,
Yeah, it's taking like all of your mental energy to keep your composure right now.
and she's gonna whip her head at Piri. Open her
You know,
mouth.
it's understandable.
And she's just gonna close it. And not say anything.
Yeah, when you see more than a bucket full, it can be pretty gross. But you get used to it. Wait till you see a different color of blood. Now that's something special.
Wow, Fury does not give a
Alexandria's like trembling as she's just like, oh god.
I know the bright red coloration can be a little weird, but we all got it.
Alexandria's probably her head whips back to whoever is bleeding next to her.
As you whip your head back with sound of almost like a of air, the urn rattles a bit, stops glowing, and Azim puts a lid on it and puts it back in his pack. Stands up and says, "Okay, this hunt did not go very much as planned, but I will not complain about the bounty we have received here with this blood. We're going to go to work here and cut up as much meat as we can carry back, and then we can head back to Siege." And you see they head over to the lead dry hyena carcasses and start going to work.
Yummy.
Can I come out?
Yeah, you stepped up.
I don't want to come out before that.
You had stepped up as sort of like that urn was like finishing up doing what it was doing. You come out and you saw it.
And I look distraught, but apparently so does Alexandria. Oh. All right. Yep. And she's like just gonna walk up and stand next to Alexandria, and she's just gonna look, and then she's gonna look back and just watch them cut up the hyenas and not say anything.
Well, some time passes. They cut up some meat, get a little bit of hide, put in their respective pouches. They ask some of you to carry some of the meat. They saddle up their gear and their packs. And Azim says, "Okay, let's go." And you all begin stepping back the way you came, back towards the open
How much
desert.
meat can I carry?
You know, because of those boots, you could carry a truly insane
Fury has
amount
a
of
whole
meat.
Yeah,
wrapped
Let me get
around
so encumbered in meat. I would
could,
like to do that.
You could fully carry back a few hyenas if you.
I'm going to do that.
If you
I'm gonna do
tied
that.
them
Oh
to
my God.
yourself, you could fully do
Oh,
that.
carry one of the giant hyenas.
Yeah,
Yeah,
you could
take one
carry.
of the big
You
ones.
could carry one of the giant ones as opposed to a few smaller ones.
I'll grab the giant one. I'll just pick that up.
Over your shoulders.
Yeah,
Yeah, I just
fully-
really
Are
want
you getting the one that's been
I-
electrocuted, or the other?
the other one. I just want to flex on these guys.
Yeah, it's
Ooh.
it's pretty big, so like half of it is dragging on the sand behind you as you walk, because it's again like the size of almost a horse. But yeah, you're able to carry. You tie it to your back, and it sort of drags behind you. And they all sort of look at you with like wide eyes and confusion as you're
Can I make
just
like a
following
performance check?
100%.
Like,
Performance or intimidation.
oh, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go with intimidation. That's my better one. Unnatural 20.
Oh, you see the way that they look at you, fully changes. Not only do they like kind of glance over, see like you're not too messed up from that like what could have been slaughter of all of you by so many hyenas. They see that you're not too messed up, and you're fully just lugging this huge thing behind you that weighs a couple 100 pounds, and they almost avoid your gaze, eye contact wise. They almost feel a little uncomfortable making eye contact with you.
Good. Yes.
And you begin stepping back down the plateau, back into the open desert. And as you step out on the sand, Electra, give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh, well, that's a 6.
Okay. You don't see anything, but you feel that same presence that spoke to you in that temple somewhere close by watching you. You don't see
She's
anything,
gonna like
but you feel
she's
it.
like walking next to like Alexandria. And she hasn't really said anything since she came out after saying she was like praying. And she's just gonna like her eyes are just like scanning and she's just like looking and she doesn't see anything. And she's just gonna like hang her head and walk next to Alexandria without like really saying anything still.
As you
Sorry.
as you hang your head and look down at the ground for a little bit as you walk, you catch a glimpse of your weapon and see it still dripping with hyena blood and looks almost identical to how it did in
Oh my
the
God.
temple.
Instantly she like kind of like shakes up and just like grabs it and starts like, even though she's literally wearing a white dress, she's just gonna start like scuffing off the edges of this warhammer that are covered in blood, and she's like trying to like just clean off all the blood. It's just like freaking her out.
And whatever you were going to say, Alexandra Electra is now
Yeah.
just rubbing herself in blood.
Yeah, she goes like
whoa.
she goes from like,
Goldilocks.
it's dirty, and she just goes back and
well,
just
you could. Oh, are you okay? Are you in there? Are you?
Yep. And then like she like finishes and she like puts it in. She looks at you and she like has like a smile on her face. Like, you know when someone's like losing it, but they smile and they're like, "Yeah, I'm fine. I'm totally fine." But you could tell like literally like if you look in her eyes, she's going crazy right now. She's like, "Yeah, I'm totally good. Yeah." And then she's like just
You
gonna
make an
like
insight check,
almost-
Alexandra, to see if you pick up on any of that.
she's gonna do like she would also after that. Oh,
That's a dirty 20.
Ooh.
Alexandra, you know what people look like when they're, maybe you talk to someone that Tanya had interrogated or tortured or whatever. You know the look in someone's eye when something traumatic has happened to them and they're close to their limit, or if not already past it. And you, for a few seconds, you just see what would Alexandria see for a few seconds looking into Electra's eyes.
One thing is, I have a question, DM.
Yeah.
Are there like stress things?
100%.
Because I think she'd be freaked out.
Sure. We'll keep note that that's one
Yeah,
on the
that's
stress
just
score
something
for
that
Electra.
I would think that would definitely stress her out right now.
Yeah.
Seeing herself. So yeah, that's stressful. Okay, and then when she like looks at you and is like, "Yep, and I'm totally fine," she would almost like take like 2 really fast steps so that she's almost now walking a little bit in front of you, as if to like avoid questions.
Alexandria does not take this avoidance of questions lightly and tugs on her arm and goes, "What the hell happened?
There's someone died by the hyenas. It was
Someone,
gross.
You don't... This is not the same as being grossed out. You can either tell me what happened or figure it out.
You hear
And then-
Electra, a whisper on the wind, right before you're about to say something. That same presence, just a sentence carries by your ear. They'll both change too.
So Electra, like you almost like when you're like I know what, like you're like like this is not just gross, and you're like trying to convince her like, tell me what's going on, and like you almost see her eyes like soften for just the tiniest of seconds, and then snaps right back and is like, "It was a dead body. That's what I said." And she's gonna like tear her arm away and go forward.
Seek to know.
Sorry, your audio cut out a little bit. What'd you say?
I have a good habit of finding out what I seek to know. And I will figure it out whether you want me to or not. But I suggest when we get back, maybe you take some time to yourself to calm down a little bit.
And Electra's like walking in front, and like she hears all this, but she doesn't turn around as you're saying these things. And like as you say, like you take a minute to like calm down. It's like, you know, when someone's in front of you and they just like turn their head a slight bit and you know they're listening to what you're saying, but she doesn't turn around, and then she just kind of like shakes it off and keeps walking forwards.
Period, as you're walking, Panya
Oh, yeah,
strides up.
hyena!
Yeah, dragging the hyena along. Panya, her gaze is cast towards the ground as she walks up next to you.
Be right back.
And she goes to like give you like a friendly like little nudge or a little punch on the shoulder. A friendly little punch on the shoulder. She goes to do that, but then immediately hesitates, and looks back at the ground and goes, thank you for your help back there with the hyenas. I appreciate it.
Huh? Oh, yeah, no problem.
I will vouch for your strength to Temu. And she quickly strides on ahead.
Sick. And she's just gonna her head is just gonna swivel as she walks off ahead, watching her.
Gotcha. And you all begin the slow walk through the night as a chill settles in back towards the siege of Air. And as we do, everyone will give me a last perception check.
Not 20.
Very
10.
nice. Okay. And we'll wait for Kayla to get back. Hopefully it'll only be a second. I guess I'll wait for Kayla for that too. But there she is. So Alexandria, perception check from you. Last one of the session.
All right. Oh, 13 plus 3. That is 16.
16. Okay. Electra, you're the only one that catches it. You look up ahead out in the open sand back towards the siege, and you see a single humanoid figure. With the way the moon is behind them, you just see a shadow standing atop a dune watching you, and as soon as you see it, it's gone, like it was never there. Last thing you hear is Nazim stops for a second, walks up to Gert, puts a hand on his shoulder, says, do you still wish to abide by the custom? And Gert clicks his tongue. He's got this cold look on his face. Looks in Azim's eye. For the good of the chosen, I will abide by the custom. They share a knowing look. Panya looks off to the desert. What she's feeling is uncertain. It's not positive. And everyone begins walking back towards the siege. And that is where we'll end today's session.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my. Oh, okay.
Hey everybody, thanks for coming out today. I hope anybody that watched it had a good time with a little bit of spooks thrown in there at the end.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Catch us Sundays, 2 p.m. CST.